Buenos dias. Good morning and welcome to Start Your Day with Purpose. Today is this day 7, and I am so grateful for you guys being here. Thank you for sharing your mornings with me. Thank you for starting your day with purpose with me. I want to learn about what you have been feeling and how you have been doing this past week. 7 days. 7 days of working on yourself. That's something that you need to be very proud of. You are working on yourself, and that's amazing. Please get in contact with me and let me know what has shifted, what you have discovered about yourself, and how you're feeling. How are you living your days now? So, today we're going to be talking about an interesting topic. It's happiness. I want you to think for a second what happiness is for you. What makes you happy? When was the last time that you asked yourself that question? What makes me happy? In our current society, happiness has become one of the most important elements in our lives. And yet, it is one of the hardest things to achieve. In my work with women over the past 2 years, I have learned that the standards of happiness are ever changing. The idea of what happiness is, what it means to be happy, and what it feels to be happy are things that are continuously escaping us. And I'm going to be completely transparent here. It is not just my clients. Before I start working on myself, I thought that happiness was something that I had to achieve. It was out there for me to get. In the United States, we live for the pursuit of happiness. We live in search of happiness. But the reality is that we don't understand what makes us happy. So we're constantly pursuing the unknown. Happiness is something that is intimate and personal. It is yours and yours alone. But we do not take the time or make the effort to study ourselves and realize what is our definition of happiness. We're all part of the school of life. And my belief is that we look at happiness as one of the required courses to graduate. The thing is, happiness, unlike a business class or an economics class or a communications class, has no timeline. It has no curriculum. It has no mandatory requirements. What may make me happy is something that maybe makes you miserable, and vice versa. We live with ourselves every single day for the last how many years you have. And we have taken the time to get to know everyone around us. We know our partners, we know our kids, our teammates, our friends, but we don't know ourselves well enough. We have taken the time to learn math and science and get a degree, maybe a master's degree, even a PhD in one thing or another. We know the ins and outs of our jobs, but we do not take the time to study us, to investigate us, to work on us, to feel us and understand what moves us and why it moves us. We don't take the time to understand why something makes us happy, why someone brings us joy, why one day we wake up and we're happy, and the next one we're not so hot. So we don't study ourselves enough. Why else is it hard for us to be happy? It is because we're constantly searching for happiness outside of ourselves. And I know that what I'm going to say is going to be a little controversial, so just stay with me if you can, right? We're looking for happiness in a job, in a title, in a paycheck, a husband, a family, a home, a car. We're looking for family, for happiness in things that are 100% outside of our control. We're looking for happiness in things that are constantly moving targets that can change with something as basic as the seasons. All of these things are outside of ourselves. And the more we look outside for happiness, the more we will scramble to find our own happiness. Oh, be careful. This is very important. And I want to make sure that I make this note. I'm not saying that these things and the people in our lives are not important. They certainly are. But my belief is that these things will bring me happiness. Look at the difference. They will bring me happiness. They will not make me happy. They will bring me happiness only and only if I am ready to receive them. If I am not ready to receive them, I will discard them. I will look down on them. And once I get them, I will feel incomplete. And I will start looking and working on getting the next shiny thing that will make me happy. We're much, much better at wanting than having. I want to ask you, has this ever happened to you? Have you ever wanted something so badly and you worked for it and you worked really hard for it and you got it? Or maybe you didn't work hard for it, it just came to you and you got it. And then when you did, you were just like less than thrilled about it. Maybe you celebrated for a period of time and then you were like, Okay. Not such a big deal. Has this ever happened to you? What was it? Why do you think the enchantment of your attainment lasted only for a little bit and not for eternity as you wanted? There can be infinite reasons for that. I have a few theories of why. And if I say one that is true for you, I want you to let me know. You can let me know in the comments, you can let me know in the chat, you can let me know by email, text, whatever. Just let me know if this is one of yours. You consider yourself not worthy of it. You were used to wanting the thing, but you had no idea how to have the thing. You were too busy thinking about what others might think that you stopped enjoying it. It was bigger and better in your imagination. So when it came into fruition, when it came into reality, didn't meet your expectations. You consider yourself not good enough. And you think that you're not going to be able to sustain it. If you have a different reason, I would love to hear it. But these are some of the reasons that I have worked with my clients over the past 2 years. And I see them over and over and over again. We think that we're not going to be able to sustain it. So we self sabotage. We think that we're not deserving of it. So why have it? What's much shinier in our imagination. And now that it's here, it's like, meh. So, what is happiness? If you have a pen and paper, I would love for you to write, what is happiness for me? According to Brené Brown, happiness is a state of well being. A state of well being. What is a state? What does that mean? It means it is my mood. It means my mood is that of a person that is happy. And I see events and circumstances and I choose how I see them. It means that I am it. It means that you can be it. It means that you can choose it. It means that it can change. It means that happiness it's ever changing, just like water. One day can be ice, one day can be a cloud, the next one can be water. But the essence of it doesn't change. The essence of what makes you happy never changes. It evolves, but it doesn't change. Benjamin Hartley suggests that a great way to increase our happiness is to look at everything in our life from a place of the gain. Let me explain what that means. We need to look at everything that we have achieved and everything that we have done and learned from a place of what did we gain from doing, from acting, from being that person, right? Looking at what we have achieved and what we've learned compared to the person that we were before we did that or achieved that. It is when we're able to make that comparison with ourselves and with ourselves alone that then we're able to be happier. The reality is that let me ask you, do you do this? I don't think we do this often. I think and we work, and we rarely recognize our achievements. I think even when we fail, we win, but we stop in the failing part and we never stop to look at what we've gained from failing. And when we don't, we remain in something that Benjamin Hartley calls the gap. In the gap, we compare ourselves to others. In the gap, we're just rowing and never realizing that your efforts, that what you've done has value. So I asked you before to think of a situation where you thought it would bring you happy. You achieved that something, and then it lost its value. Didn't it only brought you happiness for a small period of time? Do you remember how you felt before you got that something? Do you remember the thrill? Do you remember the chase? Do you remember the effort and feeling proud of yourself along the way? Do you recall how you felt when you got it? What moved in your body? What shifted in your body? And then it became normal. And it's lost its shininess. And you were like, huh. So, what if for today you give that something some credit and you give yourself some credit? First, for having achieved it. Second, for whatever it was that you learned that you experienced, because that something got you here. That something made you appreciate new things, made you see things differently. Does it shift? Does that something shift then? Does it bring you happiness again? What else do you feel? Maybe you feel joy, maybe you feel pride, maybe you feel proud. What else do you feel? As we start our reflection today, I want you to start thinking about what makes you happy. And it can be anything in your life that makes you happy: external, internal, material, spiritual, you name it. Anything can go on the list of what makes you happy. I want you to write 30 things that that make you happy. And maybe you start with some of the basics, like my kids. And after writing a few things, you're like, that is the point. That is exactly the point of the exercise. We need to investigate that. I don't know. You can start with, I am happy for being alive. I am happy for being the person that I am. I'm happy for the career that I have built. Even if you don't like that job, but you can be happy for the career that you have. I'm happy for my discipline. I mean, you're here. I'm happy for the money I have in my bank account. And keep on going. Keep on going until you reach 30. Tomorrow, we're going to keep going on this topic. And we're going to keep going deeper and deeper on what makes us happy. We need to start getting to know ourselves so much that our state becomes happiness, that we're able to shift from unhappy to happy in a second. I'm going to invite you to keep on writing until you reach your 30. And start your day with the purpose of being happy today for all the things that you have already gained. My friend, you are worthy of your dreams. You're worthy of being happy and the person with your dream. You are worthy of having your dream. Remember that if you can dream it, you can build it. I would love to hear what came up for you today. If anything shifted, how you felt, if you agree or if you disagree with me. Feel free to reach me on Instagram at isabelmayoral.coach. You can also email me or you can text me. I am always here. If this was helpful, and the last 7 days have been helpful for you, please invite others to join us tomorrow. I look forward to reading you and see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful day.